Hey guys, John here, and welcome back to John's RC. And this is the Infusion 180 by Blade and Horizon Hobby. Now, I have done a video on this helicopter before. Quick recap, it's basically Blade's response to the OMP M2. Now, these, although they look very similar, they actually have two different flying styles. I actually prefer the M2's flying style, but this is a very, very nice flying helicopter. Very beginner friendly. That's what I've seen. My dad was able to fly it, and you saw that on video. And he was actually able to flip it, not on camera, but that was the first time he's flipped a helicopter in a very, very long time. So Blade did something right with this one. Now, this is actually not the stock canopy that we're using. It's the Angry Birds canopy from Micro Heli. It's very nice fiberglass, and we did this for two reasons. One, because it's a lot more visible than the stock one. Then get it? This is the stock one, and you can see when it's on a bit more of a gloomy day, it's going to be a bit harder to see it. So if you recall from my first video on this helicopter, on my dad's flight, he got a little bit too far away and he kind of lost orientation, how to help him guide him back. Now, that's the only problem with this helicopter. It's very small, and the canopy for it is not very visible in gloomy skies. So this canopy is very bright, and we also wanted it to be impossible to take it off and back on, and have the possibility of breaking it every 20 seconds. But yeah, we also changed the tail blade. We're using, I'm pretty sure it's called the HP tail blade from Blade. It's not aftermarket, it's just on Horizon Hobby's website. I don't know what's supposed to do. I think it's supposed to make it more responsive in the air. And when we put it on, I mean, it has to do something, because we also had to change the forward programming on the tail rotor for it to work properly. So yeah, let's go fly it. So lift her up. It's gonna be my first heli flight in a while. And she's up. So this helicopter is great for beginners, because you have safe mode on normal mode, so you can practice like your orientations. And I do have a little bit of a breeze, so you can see when I let go of the sticks, it likes to drift off, but not that much of an issue. You can do your little circles. Feels great. Now this is idle up 1. Now I do feel that my idle up 1 is a bit too slow of a head speed, so I'm not going to be trying any flips or anything with it. But you can just go on idle up 1 and practice, because the stabilization comes off. And then we have idle up 2, this is your high head speed. Now. That was all improvised. I did not mean to get that low. I have to get used to her again. Oh yeah. You have to really pop the collective on this one for it to actually get anywhere. Like, you see that? But it's really good for just like learning aerobatics. Like you can do a little inverted hover. Do a little bit of this. Just an overall a good heli. Now I am using the smallest battery possible for this thing, a 3-cell 450. I've already drained 3.5 minutes of flight, so I'm gonna do like a couple more flips and I'm not gonna risk any more. Now there still is noticeable tail drift. Like when you move the stick, it still drifts for a little bit before it stops. And I'm gonna put her back on normal mode. Just so I can kill the battery. I'll still fly her though. So I'm on normal mode right now. And you can see it looks furious. I do personally think the white tail rotor blade looks great on her because you get a bit more of an idea where the helicopter is pointing. I mean, you obviously know where the helicopter is pointing now because there's a big red bird in the front of it, but before it was a black tail blade on black blades. So now that it's white, you have a bit more of a better understanding on where it's facing. Now I like changing my tail blades on my micro helicopters. Like on my OMP M2 Evo, it's a white helicopter on black blades, so black tail blades aren't going to be able to do much for you. So I actually replaced it with orange tail blades. So I'm going to go ahead and land now. Oh, okay. Here. Okay, so that was my flight on the Infusion 180 with the brand new canopy and the new tail blade, and I still really like her. Now I wouldn't say that I would fly this on like a weekly basis because it's a slower helicopter. I mean, it's more beginner oriented, therefore it's going to be a little bit slower in flight, and you do need a bit more collective input for it to get anywhere. So I wasn't used to that. I was used to just moving the stick slightly and it just gets sent off like a rocket. So I had to put full negative collective for it to like go back up. When I did a flip, I almost hit the ground. So yeah, she's a great helicopter. Now I can't tell you if the tail blade does anything because I haven't flown this in a while. I haven't flown it since I did the video on it. So I don't remember how she flew on the black tail blade. Maybe she does something, I'm not sure. But she's got it because we had to change the programming on it. So yeah, thanks for tuning in to John's RC. And if you're new to this channel, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye guys, I'll see you in the next one.
Awesome flight, John. Beautiful flight.